If you think Nissans are boring, check this out. The 2026 Armada NISMO. They put a NISMO badge on the Armada. Anyways, in this video, I'll tell you exactly what this thing is from a technical standpoint, how I feel about the interior space, and obviously what it's like to drive it on our favorite back road. So let's get started. Yes, Nissan actually slapped a NISMO badge on the Armada, and it's not a joke or a concept car. It's here, it's real, and honestly, it's pretty cool, especially considering where Nissan has been the last few years. Now, if you're not familiar with the Armada, it's a full-size SUV competing with stuff like a Chevy Tahoe, Jeep Wagoneer, Ford Expedition, and a Toyota Sequoia. But the NISMO version is a unicorn, and it doesn't really have a direct rival, maybe besides the Tahoe RST with the performance pack, but that's about it. So the question is, what makes the Armada NISMO so special? Well, the twin-turbo V6 that sits under the hood received a 35 horsepower bump, making a total of 460 horses. The Takumis from NISMO also retuned the exhaust system, revised the steering rack, and added active air suspension, so we have adaptive dampers and air springs on board. We also get the usual NISMO visual treatment, more aggressive styling, red accents, Alcantara inserts inside, and of course, NISMO badges everywhere. And I'm not gonna lie, this thing looks awesome, especially when the suspension drops into its entry-exit height. But besides that, it's the good old Armada. Body-on-frame construction, double wishbone suspension front and back, and a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission that sends power to all four wheels. Now, even though it's a NISMO model, you can still tow up to 8,500 pounds, so Nissan didn't sacrifice the towing capability. As of pricing, this thing starts at around $80,000, making it the most expensive trim in the Armada lineup. And I know it's a lot of money, but these days you can pay almost 100 grand from a Tahoe, so when you look at it, it's actually not that bad. Now, before we talk what it's like to drive this thing, let's take a look inside and talk about the interior space and this truly Takumi crafted interior. Okay, so we're inside the Armada NISMO. Now, in my last week's review of the new Murano, I said that of all Japanese mainstream brands, Nissan makes the best interiors, and the same applies to the Armada. We have a good mix of colors and different materials, pretty nice design, and even though there aren't plenty of physical controls, all important stuff is here, such as climate or drive mode selector, so I would say the ergonomics are pretty good for a new car. The technology implementation is also good. We have a Google-based infotainment system with Google Maps as your navigation, and for the most part, the system is pretty logical to use. You can control it either via a touchscreen or a controller on the steering wheel for some menus, and if I were to change one thing, it would be the graphical interface. Just looks like it's about 15 years old, but it's not a deal breaker. Now, the usability, because that's what really matters in a family full-size SUV, even if it's a NISMO. The center console sticks up high and it's massive, offering a good amount of space. We have a dedicated spot for the phone with a wireless charger, decent-sized cup holders, and some extra space under the center console. The trunk may not be the biggest in the segment, but it will meet your needs, and the overall usability of this cabin is pretty high. It might feel a little bit tighter if we compare it to American full-size SUVs, but I have no complaints, and you'll be able to fit all of your junk that you need. Now, the front seats are fantastic. They're heated and cooled, offer great support, and are super comfortable. We have lots of adjustments, including inflatable side bolsters, and there's even a simple massage mode, but it's there. Basically just the lumbar support going in and out, but that'll help with the fatigue. Now, moving to the back, the NISMO gets two captain's chairs in the second row. They're adjustable, they slide forward, but they're not heated, so that's kind of surprising. But you will not complain about the space for your passengers. There's a dedicated climate control, and two adults will travel there without any issues. The third row is usable, not at the level of a Tahoe, but even adults can travel there on short distances. It's a big full-size SUV at the end of the day. Overall, the cabin is amazing. high attention to detail. Those red accents and Alcantara inserts help a little bit, but the real question is, how does this Armada NISMO drive? Well, let's head into our favorite back road now and check it out. Okay, so we are behind the wheel of the Armada NISMO. What can go wrong? A big, full-size body-on-frame SUV that weighs over 6,000 pounds and has a NISMO badge on it. Let's see what Nissan's engineers from the NISMO division did. We're gonna put it into sport mode. I do like the fact that we have a physical controller. Let's floor it. All right. Honestly, it's not bad if it wasn't for the fake engine noise that gets pumped through speakers. Technically, NISMO did update the exhaust in this thing, but seems like that exhaust sound gets overwhelmed by fake engine noise that's trying to replicate the sound of the old VQ. But I must admit, Nissan did a great job with this 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. It's super smooth, has plenty of low end torque, 460 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque, and it's super smooth. I cannot believe they messed up the 2 liter with variable compression so badly, knowing that they can make an engine like that. Really responsive. It delivers power very smoothly. It doesn't feel super fast. It doesn't wow you with its acceleration, but pretty good unit. I wish they added maybe like a little over extra 100 horsepower, make it 560, maybe go into 600s, because then that thing would be awesome. We have a 9-speed conventional automatic on board, which is good. For the most part, it tries to go to the highest gear possible for best fuel economy, but if it has to drop gears, it reacts very quickly, better than the ZF unit that they put in the Murano or the Pathfinder, so pretty good job. Now, you can put it into manual mode really quickly and see how this thing handles. I don't have high expectations, but let's see what those Takumis crafted here. It stays pretty well balanced for a body-on-frame SUV. I would argue that from a driving dynamics perspective, I like it a little bit better than the Escalade V. As you have huge amounts of lean and body roll. I can feel the stability control kick in, but what also surprised me, in very tight corners, you can even get this thing to rotate when you have it in 4-wheel drive auto mode. So, wow, not bad, Nissan. Obviously not super fun to drive. You can feel the high center of gravity, you can feel those 6,000 pounds of weight, but of all body-on-frame full-size SUVs, I think this is the most engaging to drive. Obviously it doesn't replace a regular unibody SUV or a sports car, but wow. Wow, Nissan. Okay, you're cooking, you're doing something, and it seems to be working. The steering is dead. It has a very weird on-center feeling. For the first few degrees, nothing really happens, typically for body-on-frame constructions or off-roaders. But then, it's somewhat precise. We don't have rear axle steering, which is good. The car feels more neutral, but okay. All right, not bad at all. All right, let's go back into standard mode and talk about what it's like to drive this thing on a daily basis, because that's what you're gonna be doing. The new Armada is a positive surprise for me in terms of ride comfort. It rides exceptionally well. There isn't much shudder that gets transmitted into the cabin that's typical for body-on-frame constructions, and it soaks up road imperfections pretty well. The cabin is also pretty quiet. There is some wind noise. They did a good job with isolating road noise, but there's still some wind noise happening, even though we have laminated side windows, but you can totally live with it. It's not annoying or frustrating, just you can hear it a little bit more, so maybe they can put some more deadening materials into the doors. But overall, it's a super easy vehicle to drive. You feel its dimensions, but it doesn't feel as rough as something like a Tahoe or a Ford Expedition. It's one of the most regular body-on-frame feeling SUVs. It doesn't have that shudder, it doesn't have a lot of vibration coming in, and if someone who doesn't really know much about cars gets inside and drives it, they wouldn't even think that it's a body-on-frame construction. Really, Nissan did a great job with this frame, isolating a lot of vibration, and it worked out. If I were to go on a very long road trip across the country, of all full-size SUVs, so Tahoe, Grand Wagoneer, Sequoia, Expedition, I would probably pick this. It's super comfortable, has an amazing seats, really good technology, the engine also super responsive, lots of low-end torque, the transmission works very smoothly. Fuel economy isn't breathtaking. I've been averaging around 20 miles per gallon on a highway, 16 combined, 13, 14 in the city, but that's what you have to expect from a big full-size body-on-frame SUV. So to conclude this driving segment, really positive surprise. High comfort, okay driving dynamics for a body-on-frame construction, so there's hope for Nissan, and I like where they're going. Just need a little bit more power in this thing. Give us like 600 horsepower. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say, so let's head into the final thoughts and summarize this thing. Okay, so let's sum up the Armada NISMO. On paper, it shouldn't exist. It's niche, it's not necessary, and a little ridiculous if you ask me, but that's exactly what I love it. This thing feels like the least truckish body-on-frame SUV, and I truly enjoy driving it. The powertrain is well calibrated, the suspension setup is great, and from the design perspective, it turns heads, and for the first time in a while, a Nissan feels genuinely special. I seriously didn't expect to say this, but the Armada NISMO might as well be my favorite full-size SUV on sale. You get a somewhat decent performance combined with usability on a body-of-frame construction, and if you want something that stands out from the crowd and is different from its domestic rivals from a Toyota Sequoia, give it a shot, you will not regret it. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about this thing, drop a comment and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.